You know, I've never dropped acid before, but after the end of this movie, I'm pretty sure I know what it's like. So The House That Jack Built tells the story of a serial killer in the form of 5 different stories, random murders picked throughout his history of murdering people, all woven together by a long laundry list of items that are both abstract, metaphorical, and make absolutely no sense to me. Alright guys, so The House That Jack Built, this is a film by Lars von Trier, apparently a very controversial kind of director that people have their eye on for shit that is going to make the headlines for many different reasons. The House That Jack Built made a lot of buzz at the Cannes Film Festival, I believe, where people were walking out of the theater both out of disgust and out of shock and all the other reasons. Basically, we get a movie like this every year. Everybody couldn't stand to watch it and they were vomiting in the aisles and passing out and blah, 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 blah. We hear at least one movie from some Sundance or Cannes Film Festival that gets that kind of explanation. The House That Jack Built was that movie for this year. Stars Matt Dillon as the titular serial killer Jack. And it's basically a movie that some movies once in a while are basically an artist expressing himself. It's not necessarily a guy making a movie anymore. It's an artist expressing himself through film. It's much like walking into an art gallery and seeing a picture or a painting or portrait up on the wall that is in an abstract form. And half the people, hopefully, that walk into this and look at this painting see a masterpiece, this brilliant artistic vision that they would pay an arm and a leg and a testicle to have hung up in their house. And the other 50% or more or less people that walk in see paint smeared around on a canvas. And if you can't tell by my tone, this is paint smeared on a canvas to me. But let's start with the good things. Matt Dillon is good in the role. He's an actor that I've always liked seeing. You know, I love The Outsiders, I love There's Something About Mary. Those are the 2 big ones that I always remember him from. But he's an actor, when he pops up, I notice his name. I'm like, oh cool, Matt Dillon's in this. I don't believe, well, I'm pretty sure he's never played a film like this that's so artistic and so kind of abstract, and where he's basically the focus and the whole movie is on his shoulders through his performance of this serial killer. So it is kind of a nice little role to see him do at this point in his career, where he's a name that most people probably have forgotten. And he's good in it. He has different stages of his career in this movie. There's 5 different occurrences where he has murdered somebody that he is retelling to someone. And it kind of goes chronological as far as his age all the way to the end. So you see him as kind of this young, unsure of himself serial killer where he's kind of figuring out how to do certain things. And by the time you get to the 5th one, he's already figured everything out and he's like a master of murdering motherfuckers. So you get to see different shades of his performance. And in one particular, I believe it was the 4th one, where he is brutalizing Riley Keough, I believe is how you say her last name. He's actually genuinely creepy in that one. That was the one like segment of this movie where this movie genuinely had my attention and had my interest, was the 4th occurrence. So big props to Matt Dillon.
You're Mr. Sophistication, aren't you?
If you feel like screaming, I definitely think that you should.
Another big positive, I have to acknowledge this is made by a very talented filmmaker. Not many directors could make a film like this that has so much that it's trying to say and so much that it's going for and so much that it's trying to show you within a 2.5 hour time frame that it's mind-boggling to me how you could even script this out on a page on what you're trying to tell, let alone film it and bring it to life through editing. So big props to Lars von Trier for making a movie so unique that goes for so many different things within the runtime of this film. And I'll also give props as somebody that watches murder all the time in horror movies. You see it glorified in slashers, you see it kind of mystified in crime thrillers. It's nice to see a movie once in a while that actually puts you into the mind of a serial killer and sees all the little ticks about how your stereotypical serial killer is supposed to work, as far as psychologists have said, as far as like OCD and, you know, lacking empathy and torturing animals at a young age. Yeah, he even snips a fucking duck's foot off and throws it back in the water. PETA's not going to be sponsoring this film. And it's an interesting ride. It's an interesting ride going throughout the life of this guy and figuring out, kind of along with him, probably how most serial killers go throughout their career, where they just kill somebody at random on impulse, and then they learn from the mistakes of that, where they almost got caught or things that they didn't do quite as well. And it's like any job, I guess, where you get better the longer you do it, only he's fucking murdering people, and now he's just getting away with it effortlessly, leaving evidence left and right, telling the police to their face, I have murdered 61 people, what you gonna do about it? And there's like, get that drunk bastard out of here. Shit like that. And it makes you kind of stand up and think, I wonder how many times shit like this happens where somebody is literally looking into the eyes of a serial killer and probably hearing them say, I'm a fucking serial killer, and nobody does anything about it. They turn a blind eye. And there's even a segment in the movie, in that fourth segment, where Matt Dillon comments on that in today's age, nobody wants to help. And that's pretty much the end of my positives. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say that this is a bad film, because it certainly isn't. This is a very well-made movie, and this is a movie that I can understand completely why it's a critic darling especially, and why certain movie fans will look at this as a work of art and a masterpiece. Unfortunately for me, my movie tastes just do not allow me to enjoy The House That Jack Built. Now, I can enjoy abstract art to a degree. I can enjoy non-linear storytelling to a degree. I can enjoy a movie that is very non-conventional in the way that it tells its story. I can appreciate all that when done a certain way, or when it's in certain amounts for a movie. But a movie like this, that is literally 2.5 hours long, that has 5 segments that are all pretty slow, with the exception of that fourth one that's actually pretty tense, on showing this guy's madness, and it's all spliced between these little interludes that just go off in these weird-ass, abstract, metaphorical tangents that, to me, just stop my enjoyment of this film on a fucking dime. There is literally like a 15-minute segment, I think between sequence 4 and sequence 3, where they go off for like 15 minutes just talking about the various ways to make wine and the various ways to ferment grapes. And I'm sure there's some kind of metaphorical reason they're talking about grapes and wine and fermentation in relation to this guy and his madness. But I have no fucks to give. When I'm in the middle of this movie and things are tense and things are getting there, and then all of a sudden there's this 20-minute gap of exposition and random ass thoughts about wine, it totally turns me off. I have never watched a movie where I actually had to pick up my phone and find something else to do until it got back to Matt Dillon killing people. And that is not an enjoyable experience. Now, you're going to get some snobs out there that are going to probably put comments down below. You can go ahead and check. I guarantee there's at least 5 already that are going to say, you just don't understand, and you don't have a sophisticated enough taste to understand this kind of movie, and you clearly just like the basic blockbuster movie. That is not the case whatsoever. And if you do put that kind of an explanation on people that do not enjoy House That Jack Built, go fuck yourself. Because I can enjoy movies like that. I can enjoy plenty of long, drawn-out, slow dramas and movies that go introspective into characters and all that kind of stuff. But this is just so weird and abstract and this exposition, metaphor heavy, that I don't enjoy it. I would much rather watch something that was just the scenes of Matt Dillon killing people edited together. And especially the epilogue of this film. Actually, that needs to be in a segment all in itself, so we'll save that.
I don't agree. I believe heaven and hell are one and the same. The soul belongs to heaven and the body to hell.
Next negative that I have, I was never really all that invested or shocked or on edge about what Matt Dillon was doing. I don't know if I'm just desensitized to it. Aside from that fourth sequence with Riley Keough, there was not really any tense moments in this movie, for me personally, where I actually genuinely feared for the victim that was about to get it in that sequence. The other 4 didn't care. Maybe that says something about my fucking psychology, I don't know. But maybe it's the way the actors were portrayed, especially Uma Thurman, who is just annoying. Maybe it's the way that they present it kind of from the eyes of Matt Dillon, so you're kind of desensitized to the feelings of the victim. I don't know what it is. Or maybe it's the fact that just like every other movie that has this hype behind it of being this huge, wild, bloody, shocking, riveting film, that I get overhyped, and when I actually see what's on screen, it's not all that shocking to me. I really don't know. But I never really found myself to be that invested or on edge about what was going on. It was interesting. It was entertaining at times. It was certainly odd and strange and a new way to tell the story of a serial killer. But like I said, aside from that fourth sequence, it never really had my emotions going. Now let's talk about that epilogue. That is when I basically lost all favor of this movie whatsoever. After you get to the end of the fifth sequence, it goes in this very strange, fucked up, weird, where the hell did that come from direction, and goes into this epilogue that's a good 15 minutes, maybe even longer, that is weird as hell. It's like moving portraits in some spots where they're like, it's almost like 300. They're in a pose and they're slowly moving, and it's like an action portrait that's coming to life. It's metaphors galore, weird ass images, weird imagery, wild ass camera styles. I mean, it's like Lars von Trier watched a David Lynch film and said, bitch, please. And just like all of those interludes that tie all of these 5 murders and these 5 sequences of his story together, I have no fucking clue whatsoever what they were trying to say with that epilogue. I have no clue what Lars von Trier thought that was as far as the climax to his film, because not only did it leave me unsatisfied, it left me uninterested, it annoyed me, it bored me, it made my fucking head hurt, and it was to the point where I was not only on my phone, but I could not wait for the movie to end so that I could do something else with my night. Again, that is not a good experience with a film. All in all, guys, know who you are before you watch this movie. If all of the things that I'm describing, metaphors, visual imagery, wild ass trippy David Lynch acid trip style shooting and style scenes, if all of that turns you off when you just thought you were going to watch a movie about Matt Dillon killing people, then this is not the movie for you. A small percentage of you might actually have appeal for it, but for the most part, as a general rule, this is not a movie for you. If all of that shit sounds great, or if you're a Lars von Trier whore, you love all of his movies, or if you love David Lynch, or you love movies that go off the wall and they're metaphorical and non-conventional and all this crazy shit, and you get tired of the standard Hollywood serial killer story, then by all means, go online and check this movie out, because it's on Amazon Instant Video right now. But know who you are. I was a part of Group A, and I didn't realize it until after I paid for it and watched it for 2.5 hours.
Mind if I take a look in the van, please, sir?
I'd be a bad guy if I said no.
So in the end, guys, this is a well-made movie for a certain audience, but I am nowhere fucking near that group of audience that they are going for. So unfortunately, The House that Jack Built, for all the amazing filmmaking things that it does, and for the really good performance by Matt Dillon, I'm gonna have to say to skip it. So what did you guys think of The House that Jack Built? Are you a part of Group A that loves it and loves that kind of filmmaking? I think this is one of the masterpieces of 2018. Or are you a part of Group B that thought this was a gigantic waste of time and you have no fucking idea what they were trying to say, but your head hurts now? Let me know down below which group you are in. Tell me down below also if Lars von Trier's films are all like this, because I've heard a lot of buzz about Antichrist and a couple others. If they're all like this, I don't even want to bother with it, but if this is like some weird experimentation that sounds nothing like Von Trier, let me know, so maybe I could check out some of his better works as far as I'm concerned. But check all that out, guys. Please like and share this video. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Please check out in the video description below for social media links: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spreadshirt for Cody Leach t-shirts and other merchandise designed by the great Woody Bowen, and my Patreon page, which is a great way to give back to this channel and help this channel grow and get cool exclusive content for your eyes only if you decide to become a patron. So check all that out, guys. And if you want to check out some more of my videos, as always, you can check those out by clicking right over here.